So the other day, I was answering some questions on Instagram, and I was asked this question repeatedly: should I be selling my house right now? With so much going on in the real estate market, it's very active out there. I want to answer that question: should you be selling your house right now? Let's talk about that coming up. Welcome. I'm your host, Steve Penate, realtor and host of the Steve Talks Real Estate Show, where we bring you value, content, and tips in all things real estate and housing related. Now, before we continue, I want to ask you to hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and share this video with someone you feel needs to hear this information. All right, should you be selling your house right now? It's actually a question being asked by so many people out there, especially because we are seeing headlines in the real estate world that the market is very active out there. Now, one of the things that comes into play when it comes to selling your house, I think when it comes to real estate in general, specifically selling your house, that answer should reflect your ultimate goal. Why would you be selling your house? Why do you want to sell your house? And the reason why that is so important is this, okay? The easy answer, whether or not you should be selling your house right now, is yes, why not? But that isn't necessarily the goal here. The goal is to make sure that on the other side of selling your house, your real estate goals are being met. So, as a real estate agent, I think it's always an awesome time to sell your house, right? We get, there are so many memes out there that poke at real estate agents saying, we say it all the time, it's always an awesome time to sell, it's always an awesome time to buy. Well, the reality is that selling your house right now is an incredible time to sell. We'll get into why here shortly, but I think the biggest question should be this: why would you sell your house? What's the goal? What's the end goal to selling your house? Now, let me give you 3 reasons why it's an awesome time to sell your house, and then we'll go into some more practical terms in regards to your goals, okay? So let's get into it. All right, number 1, you will be selling your house for top dollar. Right now, the real estate market is going bananas. Buyers are out there like crazy. As a matter of fact, we are in the middle of July, and this past week, we posted some historically low interest rates. And what does that equal? Well, that equates buyers are taking advantage of these incredibly historically low interest rates. So there is an influx of buyers out there. So with an influx of buyers, they are being met with a very low inventory. And if you watched my previous video, I actually go into detail as to how low inventory is affecting both buyers and sellers. Nonetheless, as a seller, should you be selling your house right now with inventory so low, your house could be the only house for sale on the block or even in your whole neighborhood? And that works towards your benefit. You will absolutely be able to sell your house for maximum top dollar. On the other side, if it's the only house in your neighborhood, it's probably going to sell pretty fast as well, simply because buyers wouldn't have any other choice but to buy your house, since it's the only house for sale in the neighborhood. So number 1, you're gonna get top dollar. You have the benefit, you have the leverage as a seller. Number 2, you're probably sitting on equity right now. It's estimated that over 60% of homeowners right now are literally sitting on equity. Especially if you bought your house prior to 2018, you absolutely are sitting on equity. And so what can you do with that equity? You can do a lot of things. You can pay down some debt. You can, pull the money out if you want to downsize your house. Use some of that money for a down payment on the other side, put it into savings. You could use that money to upgrade and have some money for your down payments. Most likely you're sitting on equity, and there are so many things you can do with that. And finally, number 3, you might be thinking whether to downsize and or upsize when it comes to your house, and right now is an awesome opportunity to take advantage of historically low interest rates. Now, people might say, oh, but Steve, aren't prices high? Well, at the end of the day, if you ask me, my personal opinion is this: I would always pay more for a house with the lower interest rates than pay less for a house with the higher interest rates. This summer 2020, we're posting some of the most historically low interest rates, and I'm telling you, if you have been thinking about whether downsizing and or upsizing a house, right now is an incredible time to become a buyer so that you can take advantage of these low interest rates. All right, so with those 3 points mentioned, okay, this is what I want to end with. Ultimately, the sale of your house should have a reason behind it, okay? If you are gonna make some money off the sale, what are you gonna do with the money? Don't go blow your money buying a vehicle and going on vacation, and all that hard-earned equity that you built goes to waste. Have a plan, okay? It could be that you are older in age and your kids have all moved out, and all of a sudden you want to downsize. Well, that's probably a good reason to sell your house right now. You're gonna get top dollar, it's gonna sell, you have equity, let's go. You might be a younger family and all of a sudden you had your third kid and you need more space. You want to upgrade your house and add that fifth bedroom or whatever it is. Well, that's a good reason to sell your house. You need to upgrade, you need that space. And so becoming a buyer, taking advantage of those interest rates, it's an awesome time to sell the house you have right now, get that equity and put it into your next house. It could be that you are drowning in debt and you are literally just stressed out. You have so much anxiety. Well, that's probably a really good reason to sell your house, to use the hard-earned equity you've made and pay off your debt. Remember, don't just sell your house to sell your house. Have a game plan as to why exactly you want to sell your house. Well, that wraps up episode 122 of the Steve Talks Real Estate Show. Hey, I hope this information brought some clarity to you. Hopefully it encouraged you along your selling journey as a homeowner. If you have any specific questions, you can always email me, hit me up on the DMs on Instagram, Facebook. Do whatever you have to do. Get in contact with me. I answer every question that is asked of me. With that said, keep sending in your questions and I will do my best to keep on answering them. We'll see you next time.